From the crowded, bustling cities to the rural corn and wheat fields of rural America, every 4 years, this country is gripped by the presidential election cycle. Every democracy on planet Earth has elections, and they are all important, but nothing quite matches the color and contrast of the election cycle in the United States. Join me in this new series as we take a closer look into the fascinating species that scientists call Homo Electus. In a sentence I never thought I'd utter, we begin this week talking about jizz cups. Supporters of the Trump-Vance ticket were seen carrying around cups of what was purported to be J.D. Vance's semen. This semen, or J.D. Jizz, as it's being called, was proudly promoted at a recent rally. Nowhere else in the animal kingdom do you see displays of such desperate attention-seeking. Charlie Kirk collected a number of the cups and went on social media to celebrate. I suppose that's one way to announce erectile dysfunction. Cat Turd was back on Twitter this week, announcing that nobody was at the DNC because someone had sent him footage of the convention center 6 hours before the event began. Twitter was quick to correct him, posting videos of a packed and electrified convention. There was also video posted that showed Trump speaking at an event where there were many empty seats and even people leaving mid-speech.
100 million? Now I have to run against someone else. Is that fair? I think they should reimburse it. Who wants to
This enraged Cat Turd, who then, like the true free speech advocate he is, threatened to block everyone. Unfortunately for Cat Turd, his threats did little to stop Twitter, with images emerging of him with his own stash of J.D. Jizz. So then, true to his word, he proceeded to block everyone. It is believed he then became further enraged when word got back to him that nobody gave a shit and the whole internet was laughing at him. The Democratic National Convention kicked off this week with a number of right-wing celebrities going undercover. Here, Matt Walsh is seen in a hat and a wig that did nothing to disguise the massive flog that he is. Look at the attention whore wandering back and forth in front of the camera. Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, decided to shave off his mustache and go incognito into the DNC.
For $2, you get exclusive wall-to-wall coverage of everything going on in here, Chicago, including myself going in disguise, shaving off my mustache.
$2 to watch some washed-up, middle-aged conspiracy theorist shave off the only redeeming feature of his face. Is there no bottom to the grift? Anyway, he needn't have bothered, as a 12-year-old busted him 10 seconds after he arrived and promptly humiliated him.
This just came out, you're behind your
So your source is trust me, bro? That's your source?
There was one other Republican who tried to go undercover, but that was also a disaster, as he was instantly recognized by the smell that was described as desperate old man. A lot has been made this week of the joy and love that permeated the DNC. This was unbearable for Republicans, who are unable to feel anything but fear and loathing. Why is it weird or creepy for a father to hug a daughter? It might be because it's not like the scenes they are used to seeing with father and daughter. That's a whole different level. Here is how Trump shows affection for his youngest daughter when all she wanted was a hug. What the fuck is wrong with him? Tiffany might be one of a handful of people on planet Earth who wants to be that close to him. Melania certainly doesn't want to be. One of the bravest speeches on night 2 was from Stephanie Grisham, a former press secretary in the Trump administration. She spoke out about how awful it was for her to watch the events of January 6th and how the Trumps did nothing to stop it. She was then attacked ruthlessly on social media by Republicans, and in particular by Laura Loomer, who commented on supposed weight gain. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Does Laura Loomer not have a mirror? Has she never actually seen herself? Laura Loomer commenting on anyone else's appearance is mind-boggling, considering she looks like her face caught fire and it was put out with a cricket bat. She even makes Marjorie Taylor Greene look good in comparison. Night 2 also saw Michelle and Barack Obama give their speeches. Michelle Obama dissected Trump with a scalpel, slicing into his microscopically thin skin and leaving his flayed body to dry in the sun.
I want to know, who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
You can tell she's been holding on to some of those lines since 2016. Eric Trump could not deal with it at all, so decided instead to go and shoot some defenseless animals in a sanctuary. Then the unthinkable happened. Barack Obama, the 44th president of the United States, told a dick joke.
Here's a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago. It has been a constant stream of gripes and grievances that's actually been getting worse now that he's afraid of losing to Kamala. There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
This broke the internet. Some MAGA supporters even broke their televisions. Then Cat Turd was back and was calling Obama an evil demon from hell, and a sandwich shop created a new menu item. Throughout the whole convention, the Republicans, and in particular Stephen Miller, have been whining constantly about no one mentioning the assassination attempt on Donald Trump just a few weeks earlier. This is despite Joe Biden coming out in the immediate aftermath in July to condemn it. Tweet after tweet after tweet. It isn't hard to imagine the high-pitched screeching abuse that his television must have been on the receiving end of. And I think the answer is quite obvious. Nobody gives a fuck. Why would they? He got his thoughts and prayers. Trump kept telling people that we have to get over it when innocent young lives were taken in school shootings. Yet the gun-loving Republicans expect different treatment for their special guy. He wasn't even injured. Did you see his ear just 2 days later? There was nothing. Nada. Some are even saying it was staged. Maybe it's payback for the nasty attitude Trump had for Paul Pelosi, who was severely injured in a home attack.
And we'll stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi, who ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing, by the way? Anybody know? And she's against building a wall at our border, even though she has a wall around her house, which obviously didn't do a very good job.
Yeah, no, fuck off. You get no sympathy. The assassination attempt was a mistake. Interpret that as you like. One of the worst displays of repulsive Republican behavior was the treatment of Gus Walls, a special needs kid who got very emotional over his dad, Tim Walls, accepting the nomination for vice president.
I'm letting you in on how we started a family.
We are not going to repeat any of the vile comments made by Republicans. We can only ask the question as to why Gus is made fun of, while this sniveling cunt is praised for murdering 2 people. One of the Republicans who copped a lot of heat over her comments was Ann Coulter. This young lady sums it up perfectly.
I'm reporting on the very last day of the Democratic National Convention here in Chicago, Illinois, and I feel like the entire week I've been very demure, very mindful, very cutesy, but ever since I saw Ann Coulter say this about Tim Walz' son who is disabled, I'm going to say fuck that shit. It's all out of the window. Man, fuck you, Ann. Don't nobody give a fuck about a woman who died 10 years ago and is decomposing and still dyes her hair with peroxide in the motherfucking sink. What the fuck do you know about raising children, okay? Childless monkey women for Trump. That's exactly what you are because you look like the Wicked Witch of the motherfucking West and you need to throw water on your ass and make you melt. We are tired of this shit. And as Michelle Obama said earlier this week, we're no longer going high when y'all go low. We're going to drag your bitch ass to hell where your unseasoned succubus ass belongs. Fuck you.
Earlier in the week, there were rumors that Kamala Harris was to be replaced by another quote-unquote coup. Given some of the artwork on display on redneck SUVs, this could have been concerning. Even washed-up wrestling has-beens were making threats.
You want me to body slam Kamala Harris? I said, do you want me to body slam Kamala Harris?
Fortunately, Kamala survived these threats and went on to accept the party nomination for president.
On behalf of the people, on behalf of every American, regardless of party, race, gender, or the language your grandmother speaks, on behalf of my mother and everyone who has ever set out on their own unlikely journey, on behalf of Americans like the people I grew up with, people who work hard, chase their dreams, and look out for one another, on behalf of everyone whose story could only be written in the greatest nation on earth, I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America.
And that was the end of the DNC. Meanwhile, J.D. Vance was out and about, trying to repair his reputation for being weird by taking a dog with him, as if that was going to help. Who the fuck takes a dog on the campaign trail? It later became apparent that he took the dog with him because he had discovered that the dog had been having an affair with his favorite couch, and this was a form of punishment. He was then seen out and about in possibly the cringiest PR stunt ever. He went into a donut shop and had a conversation with the staff. You'd think that would be easy, but no, not for the personality black hole that is J.D. Vance. It was forced and stilted and just embarrassing to witness. Nobody likes J.D. Vance, especially his hairdresser. While Vance was out making himself even less popular, Donald Trump was on the grift again, asking the poorest of Americans for money.
Hello, everyone. I only want you to donate to my campaign if you can afford to. Unfortunately, most of you can't afford to because Joe Biden is a disaster as a president, the worst ever, and Kamala's worse than he is. She is actually worse, more evil, more committed to being radical left. I mean, she actually believes this stuff, defund the police and all of the other things. But if you can, donate. If you can't, I don't want to. We're going to make it. We're going to win one way or the other. But whatever you can do, we'd appreciate it. Thank you very much.
What does he offer in exchange for money? Paying off porn stars or sexual assault victims. He doesn't pay for labor hire or event venues. So where does it go? Well, luckily, there is an alternative for the Trump fan who is keen to get rid of some cash.
Let's make fishing great again, okay?
He's here, everyone's favorite fish, Trumpy Trout.
No one has ever seen a fish like me.
Trumpy Trout is an animatronic talking fish with a big personality.
I am the hugely bigliest fish in the pond.
Watch his fins flap and his large mouth move as he makes speech after speech in high-fidelity sound.
Some bass, a bad fish, crazy fish, criminal fish, and druggy fish. but some bass are good fish, and I only love some of them.
Mount him to your wall or use the built-in stand to display him proudly on your desk. Now you'll never miss a Trumpy Trout rally.
I'm building a new pond, and the bass will pay for it.
Set him to motion activated to surprise his fans. Fans.
My fins are big. I have the biggest fins. No fish have fins like me.
Or turn him on and let his inspiring words delight the crowd.
All the fish love Trumpy. They just love me.
Catch Trumpy Trout for yourself or someone you love.
Oh, they can try, but they can't. They just can't.
Treat yourself to this limited edition Trumpy Trout for just $59.99. It comes with your official Make Fishing Great Again certificate of authenticity. Order right now and we'll instantly upgrade you to the deluxe version with desktop stand and Trumpy Trout jingle free.
He is the greatest trout without a doubt, the biggest fish.
And for even more fun, we'll give you a discount when you buy more than one.
We got the shoreline secure. No bass in this pond.
Supplies are limited, so don't miss your chance to hook the greatest fish of all time.
I am the greatest trout, and there is no doubt.
This is a limited edition collectible from Top Dog Direct. Order now at TrumpyTrout.com. That's TrumpyTrout.com.
Here, take my money. Just take it. That's real, by the way. They have a website. You can check it out. In the biggest surprise this week, that wasn't a surprise at all, RFK Jr. dropped out of the race in some states to benefit Trump. This is an about-face from Kennedy's previous stance on Trump, where he said he'd never join forces because Trump was a scammer and a sellout. What happened to the Kennedy curse? At what age is the Kennedy curse supposed to kick in? Isn't he overdue? In another about-face, Fox News is having to change their stance on RFK Jr. They have to support him now that he's endorsed Trump. But here is what Sean Hannity had to say only a few months ago.
RFK Jr. Now, this is the same guy that wants to eliminate all drilling, all fracking. He endorsed Bernie Sanders' climate plan called he called the NRA a, quote, terrorist group. He wants to transform police. He's praised the radical, rabid anti-Semite and racist Louis Farrakhan. He endorsed, Al Gore, John Kerry, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and claimed the 2004 election was stolen. Worst of all, he actually blamed America for Osama bin Laden's terror attacks on a radio show he co-hosted in 2014.
Can you imagine the frustration of the QAnon fools? They fantasize forever about having an undead JFK Jr. as VP to Trump, only to get saddled with J.D. Vance, who is a dud. Now, JFK Jr.'s cousin, the baby bear killing walking brainworm, RFK Jr., is in the picture. If I was J.D. Vance, I'd be looking for a bulletproof booth to do rallies in because, well, things can happen. Never mind, you get the point, especially now as this video gets widely circulated.
Never Trump guy. I never liked him. It makes you think that at a fundamental level, this is sort of a he said, she said, right? And at the end of the day, do you believe Donald Trump, who always tells the truth? Just kidding. Or do you believe that woman on that tape?
I cannot stand Trump because I think he's a fraud. Well, I think he's a total fraud that is exploiting these people, who is a total fraud.
Like you said, I agree with you on Trump because I don't think that he's the person. I don't think he actually cares about folks.
So as a conservative who thinks that Trump does not have the answers and isn't qualified to be president, what are you going to do this election, if you don't mind saying?
My current plan is to vote either third party or, as I joke to my wife, I might write in my dog because that's about as good as it seems. But, you know, I think there's a chance, if I feel like Trump has a really good chance of winning, that I might have to hold my nose and vote for Hillary Clinton. Ultimately, I think I'll probably vote third party. I might vote for this new guy who I really like, Evan McMullin, who I actually met the other day. But I think that I'm going to vote third party because I can't stomach Trump. I think that he's noxious and is leading the white working class to a very dark place.
Isn't it funny how the chance at power changes people? And by change, I mean remove all character, moral values, and worth as a human. There is some good news for J.D. Vance if he wants to bail before the QAnons. try to off him. Vladimir Putin has declared Russia a haven for those wishing to escape Satanism in the West. It's an option for him, but he might have trouble recognizing Putin with the amount of plastic surgery he had recently. Take a look at those cheekbones. Work it, baby. It's not just J.D. Vance who might need to panic. It's the whole Republican Party, according to former Fox News and Newsmax personality Eric Bolling. He's freaking out that Trump has left it too late, and even MSNBC is beating Fox News. This is delightful.
Well, here's some tough love, folks. Hate to do it to you, but here's what's happening, and I warned you. I warned them. I warned Trump. I warned their senior advisors that this was going to happen. If you waited till after the DNC, which was the plan, Trump even said that when asked at a press conference at Mar-a-Lago, he said, well, we're going to let the honeymoon go, and then we're going to wait till after the DNC to go after her. You waited too long, guys. You waited too long, Susie Wiles, Chris Lasividia. Get Corey Lewandowski in there and shake things up while you still have a chance. I'm not sure you still have a chance. We're losing. We're losing the race. We're losing the presidency. And I said a long time ago, Trump will be the last GOP president in our lifetime. And I meant it. I said it when he was president. When he lost, I said he will be the last GOP president in our lifetime, meaning if he won again, that was it, because look what has happened. The left, the Democrats have taken a horrendous candidate, someone with no policy ideas, only failures under her belt, and they've redefined her. Look at this. This is the ratings, not even including last night, the final night of the DNC, which they crushed it. Now, if you look, here's Fox News right here, and here is MSNBC. MSNBC is beating Fox News, beating Fox. That's unheard of. And look at over here. Very quickly, I'll show you Newsmax. Newsmax is just not even existent. You see Newsmax right over here? That's Newsmax. They're sliding every week. Newsmax is down 5 weeks in a row. Maybe 6 since I left, whatever. They're still not able to grab an audience. So no one's watching Newsmax. Fox is now getting beat by MSNBC. Now, I know it's the DNC, but Fox is way bigger than MSNBC. They should never be being beat that way. So the enthusiasm level on the left right now is overwhelming. You know what else they're doing? Have you seen this? They're trying to redefine the Democrat Party. They're trying to say that the Democrats are the patriots, the party that's worried about the country. They're wearing camo hats with Kamala Harris's name on it. Camouflage, that's ours. She was flanked in her speech last night by 2 American flags. There's no pride flag there. They're redefining it. They're going after our independent voters, the people who are leaning right, who want to vote right to save the country, but are starting to like what they're about. They're letting them redefine Kamala Harris and redefine the party. We waited too long. It's not right. The camo hats, I'm blown away.
Oh no, the Democrats are the patriots. This knob thinks that only Republicans are patriots, that only Republicans respect the flag. He should probably tell that to Laura Ingraham, who uses a US flag mat to put her chair on. She literally wipes her feet on a US flag. She really is proof that the universe has a sense of humor. We've time for one last story in this episode, and it's a good one. The Tate brothers got arrested again in Romania for human trafficking and sexual exploitation, including minors. Look at Andrew Tate, will you? Who the fuck wears a t-shirt with their own picture on it?
If you buy your girlfriend a handbag in Romania, they charge you with fucking money laundering. This is disgusting. Disgusting. We have children. This is disgusting.
Ha ha ha. Look at the weasels squealing. Children? Where do they keep them? In the tunnels under Romanian McDonald's restaurants? Seriously though, a pedophile with children is highly concerning. Have a look at Tristan's face. He has the look of someone who knows what's coming, and his name is Bubba. Andrew Tate, the alpha male who forgot that if you put your crimes all over social media, the police might learn of said crimes. I've met some pricks in my life, but this guy, Andrew Tate, is a fucking cactus. Well, that's about all we have time for this week. I'm glad we could end on a positive note. I hope you'll join me again next week for the next episode of Homo Electus.